Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be testing out a brand new concealer, which you guys know, if you know me, face products are my favorite. So when I saw this concealer on Trend Mood, I was like, I need it. I was actually going to order it. I didn't know it was going to be sent to me in PR. So we're going to do the full shebang. We're going to do swatches, we're going to do a wear test, first impression, everything. So I have here ColourPop's brand new pretty fresh hyaluronic acid creamy concealer. It comes in 30 different shades, so we're gonna swatch them all today on my arm and see what this concealer is all about. I love me a new concealer. We're gonna see if maybe, hopefully, we have a brand new full coverage, amazing long wearing concealer. So this concealer launches on November 5th, so I wanted to get this up for you guys, so maybe hopefully I can help you with your decision on purchasing it or not. So let's see what it's all about. Hopefully you enjoy. Grab a snack and let's get started. Okay, so now that you guys saw some swatches, now we can jump into some claims of the concealer. This concealer is available on November 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time online on ColourPop's website. The undertones of the concealer have neutral, which is N, W, which is warm, and C, which stands for cool undertones. So I would say the shade range isn't terrible. I've definitely seen better. I've seen way worse. So I think for this to be an affordable brand, you know, it could definitely use some improvement, but it's not awful. And I'm actually really impressed that just with the concealers that they do have 30 different shades. The concealer says it's creamy, lightweight, full coverage, and fresh, natural finish that lasts all day. It's super blendable, loaded with skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water. It's oil-free, dermatologist tested, and ideal for all skin types. They also do have the Pretty Fresh Precision Blending Sponge, which looks really good for, of course, your concealer, maybe even cream contouring. So this is what it looks like. It is a pretty good size. It's a little bit smaller than a traditional beauty sponge that you would use. I like how it's angled. I feel like that's really nice. I think the shade that is going to work best for me is going to be medium 90W, just because I do have a little bit of an olive skin tone. By the way, if I have glitter on my face, I have a glitter eye look going on, so if you see that, don't mind it. I'm sorry if it's distracting, but the show must go on. So I already primed my lids and everything. Now, obviously, when I do my makeup, I always do my foundation and then my concealer, but I really want to see the coverage of this concealer and how it covers up any like little spots that I have in my under eye area. So I'm going to start with the concealer first, just because I kind of want to see how it looks just like without having any foundation to like counteract with the concealer on first. So I'm going to do this and then I'll add foundation to the perimeter and wherever else I need it on my face. Oh, it is really creamy. Let's do one side first, and then I'm gonna blend this out, and then we're gonna see how it looks side by side. So I'm gonna use the sponge, of course, and I'm gonna use the flat side just to really press this in. Oh, I like this color. It's like the perfect amount of warm undertones. It's not too warm. I'm using the other side too of the sponge. The sponge is pretty nice. It's bouncy, it's soft. It's definitely getting the job done. Ooh, that's pretty. You can just see how that looks. That looks so airbrushed and flawless. It blended out seamlessly. I didn't really have to like put a lot of effort into blending. Looks so good. I really feel like this is full coverage, but it's like in the most natural way possible. It's not trying, it doesn't look cakey or heavy. I feel like it just looks very beautiful, very airbrushed, but you still got that really good coverage in there. And I think this color for me personally is a great match. And you can clearly see side by side how this looks. You can see a huge difference, just like how bright, but still natural the concealer looks. So I'm happy with it. I really like the formula of it, and I like the flat applicator. I think this is good. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do the other side. I'm also gonna cover these up right here, just so we can see really how this concealer covers up blemishes as well. Wow, this is really pretty. Now let's do this right here, and I have a little bit on my chin that I want to cover up. So let's see how that looks. I also have 2 beauty marks right here that I'm going to cover up to see, you know, how it covers up. That's why I can always tell how full coverage something is based off of how it covers up any beauty marks or little moles that you may have on your face. So let's see. Wow. You can see it covered it up. Oh my goodness, this concealer is so good. Look at that. Completely covered up my dark circles, my little blemishes that I had. It looks natural, it's creamy, it's not drying, it doesn't feel dry on the skin. It's like so easy to blend and work with. This could be a really great spot concealer, maybe if you're just on the go and you want to do some concealer and powder. I think it's perfect. Like, I don't even feel like I really need a full coverage foundation to go on over top. I have no filter on this camera. A lot of people always think that I put a filter on my, I don't even know how to do that, first of all, and I would never do that even if I did know. So there's no filters. This is my skin. I have no reason to hide in my imperfections from you guys, but yeah, this is what it looks like. I love this concealer. I think it's absolutely flawless so far. I love how natural it is, but you still get really, really great coverage. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Fenty Hydrating Foundation. Honestly, I don't even feel like I really need it, but I'm just gonna do a little bit like on my forehead and like my nose area a little bit, but I'm not gonna do obviously the foundation under my eyes or anything. I'm just gonna focus it on like the perimeter of my face. I was gonna use my Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation, but I just feel like I don't really need a full coverage foundation today with this concealer, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit more natural and fresh and go with the Fenty one. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back and we'll keep chatting about the concealer and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. So minus all the glitter on my face, I really love this look. I just filmed this eye makeup in my last makeup tutorial, so I will link that down below. It's from the Tati Beauty palette, so just check the description box. I try to leave as much info as I can there, so check it out. But anyways, this is what the rest of the makeup looks like. I obviously did set my under eyes because like that's a must. So I used my Haley's Beauty Retouch Perfecting Loose Setting Powder. This is like my current favorite holy grail powder. It's so smoothing. I'll link it down below to where you can get it. You can also get it at some Target, so check out your local Target for this brand because it's incredible. This is what the concealer is looking like. I really don't have any complaints. I love how lifted and bright but still natural my under eyes look. Love the coverage. You can still see like it covered up everything beautifully, and I feel like now that the makeup is all done, everything looks like, you know, decent coverage but still not cakey and very natural. The concealer is not settling into my fine lines excessively. Obviously it's creasing a little bit, but like that's just my natural fine lines. Like I don't have a completely smooth under eye area, but for me this is like almost close to perfect, to be honest, just because there's some concealers where it looks like, you know, when you smile and you have like a million fine lines under your eyes. Some concealers look that way on me without me smiling. So for me, this is, like I said, close to perfect, and I really love the way that it looks. So I'm very happy with this concealer so far. As for the foundation, like I said, I didn't really use much of this Fenty foundation. I'm in the shade 240, by the way, but I pretty much just used some on my chin, around the perimeter of my face where I didn't use any concealer, on my forehead, and a little bit on my nose. I really don't have much of this. I used maybe like a pump, half a pump of this. I really wanted to just focus the skin on the concealer because I want to see how it wears, of course, throughout the day. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm curious to see how this is gonna look after several hours, because so far I think it looks so flawless. So right now it is 10:46 a.m. I'm actually about to go to my laser hair removal appointment in New York City. I'm going to my 4th session. I go to Laser Away on the Upper East Side, and I always go to Lady at the Upper East Side. She is amazing, so definitely check them out. They have a bunch of different locations. I will link their Instagram and stuff down below, but I have been loving it. I love laser hair removal and I love Laser Away. They're super nice. They just make me feel really comfortable, so shout out to them. But yeah, I'm gonna go to my appointment. I'm probably gonna get some dinner out there and everything because we're gonna be there probably for most of the day. So I'll see you in just a few. Whew, it has been such a long day. I ripped off my lashes. I'm ready for bed. But let's do one last check-in. So right now it is approximately 8:40 p.m. So I have been wearing the makeup for what, almost 10 hours at this point. This is what the makeup looks like, more specifically the concealer. So I didn't touch up or anything throughout the day. The only thing that I did was just reapply my lip color, and I did blow out my forehead a little bit, but everything else is still in place, which I'm very happy with. I do obviously still have glitter on my face. I feel like when I ripped off my lashes, the glitter kind of just came flying everywhere, and here we are. But let's talk about the under eyes. So obviously I look tired now. I feel like my bags are a little bit more accentuated. I woke up super early this morning, so I'm definitely ready for bed. And of course, this is not gonna look as flawless as it did when I first applied it. However, I will say I still really like the concealer. I feel like it wore really nicely. Again, it doesn't look perfect. I feel like it does look a little bit more like it creased now, of course, versus when I first applied it, but it's nothing excessive for me personally. It doesn't feel drying. It still feels very natural. I didn't feel the need to touch up my under eyes or anything throughout the day, and it still feels like soft under my eyes, just running my finger through my under eye area, which I do enjoy. Overall, I really like the concealer, especially for it being only $9. I'm impressed with it. I think it's creamy. It was a great natural finish. It was easy to work with, and I feel like the longevity of it was pretty good. Like I'm happy with it. I don't notice any like missing concealer or anything like too crazy under my eyes, which I think is very impressive. I did have some mascara flakes around this area a little bit today, so I kind of was like taking my nail and scraping that off. So if the inner part doesn't look like absolutely perfect, that is probably why. But like I said, other than that, I don't think that this is bad at all. This precision blending sponge, the more that I used it, the more that I actually really did enjoy it. I don't think this is absolutely necessary to have to blend out the concealer. It's really like a traditional sponge, to be honest. It's just a little bit smaller. So if you feel like, I want to try it, you know, it's not a bad sponge at all. I did enjoy it. Is it absolutely necessary? Probably not. Like you can definitely live without it, but the concealer, I think if you can find your shade and if you're in the mood to spend $9, I would definitely check it out. I think it's good. The price is right and I really enjoyed it. So let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I will leave the info and everything down below and all the details in the description box if you guys are interested. Hopefully this video was a little bit helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in a few days in my next one. Bye!